Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our Game 3 decider. It's Team Virtus Pro taking on Team Tinker in a best of 3. This is the final game. The team that loses this goes home. They still collect a pretty penny, though. $1,500 into their pocket. The winner gets to fight for the whole kit and caboodle. $4,500 grand prize. It only takes 3 BO3s, so it's pretty quick, clean cash for the teams that can win. And, well, with that said, I'm LD. I'm joined by Mr. DJ Winner. We'll get him on the line in just a moment, but as this game gets underway, we go ahead and we don't hop into the draft. Do we not have a draft here? Dota 2, please.
Do you load?
I'm
in the game.
I'm in the game, but my XSplit is not cooperating. I think I actually have to kill the stream. Oh my god. I'm sorry guys, XSplit is acting up. We'll be right back. Actually, oh, you know what? I might be able to restart Dota 2. I'll try that rather than actually killing the stream. Let's see if that'll work. If not, I may have to kill the stream though. So, in the meantime, you can look at our pretty brackets here that McCormick has put together for the group. So the next match coming up is NIP versus Empire. That's a best of 3. And winner will face the winner of this Game 3 in the grand finals, for those who are wondering what's on the horizon for today. In the meantime, if you want some other Dota 2, if we have any downtime, you can check out ES Portal, twitch.tv/ESPortal for that. Well, let's see. Do I have the game? All right, I have the game. Yay. Let's go. Reconnect. Okay, WinteR, Game 3. Talk to me.
Are you in the game?
I'm reconnecting now.
So, Team Tinker is going to ban out the X. This time, not going to let it through. They ban X and Wiz, and WinteR would actually take out the Lycan plus the Troll Wall out this game, and Team Tinker open up the draft with Skyrock, which is something that you don't see so much anymore, more or less, opening up with this hero. He's not so popular anymore. Usually you see teams open up with like the bench, which like maybe Virtus Pro, Asus Polar would like to do a lot, since bench is something that is very support that fits almost in almost every situation. But Virtus Pro gonna go for the Dazzle plus the tank build, the draft. Dazzle plus Bristleback. So the Bristleback is very durable and very well sustained in the fight by the Dazzle's heal and Grave.
Yeah, so they're going for the Superman Bristle already with the Dazzle, and with the Axe ban, there's no Culling Blade to deal with it.
You could see like all the 3 games they've been very putting a lot of prioritization on very tanky face rush type of heroes. You see the Centaur, Tide, now Bristleback. Bristleback generally, I've seen them actually use it on the safe lane hero a lot of the times with this team. Like they put it on BZZ instead of like Sedoy.
I have not actually seen VP run it. I know MVP Phoenix loves to run it as a dual lane in the off lane. Navi like to run it for Havost in the safe lane. I think it can go either way. I honestly am not sure how they're gonna run it. I did not get to watch as much Starlighter as I would have liked. Sadly, we have
to see like we have to see the other heroes to actually be.
They will ban one of the better counters to Bristle though. Like if this goes later, you do not want to have an Aghanim's Doom disabling your passive. So I think that's a solid ban here. Even though I don't know if Tinker would actually go for it. It's not really a signature hero for any of their core players, but I mean it's something that they could turn to as a counter.
Think about their team. They need the space. Like Doom is an offlane hero. Their space making player is their offlane player. So chances of them going down the Doom route is very low. But like you said, it's like one of the few better ways to deal with the Bristleback, obviously. So just be safe and you take it out, saving the trouble for later, just in case you need to face it. But Tinker are gonna ban out Brood, so they are actually expecting the Bristleback to be a safe lane Bristleback, since they took out the Brood Mother. So they're probably already expecting Sedoy to be on another hero from the Bristol.
I really wonder what Tinker have in store with this Beastmaster. The last time I saw them run it, it was with the Troll and like a lot of right-click damage. That's not really out there right now. We've also seen other teams using the Beastmaster in conjunction with a Batrider pick, but when they ran it, it was an off-lane Beastmaster, a 3-position for Bulba. So the old-school Tinker Beastmaster combo used to be great. We don't really see Tinker much anymore, WinteR. Do you think there's any chance of a Tinker pick? Or I mean, it's Team Tinkerino, right? You got to pick Tinker at some point.
the hero just doesn't fit in the meta so well, and after all the nerfs and stuff, you know, it's just hard to. You can pick the hero, but he doesn't do so much anymore. Obviously, with the Beastmaster, his presence on the map is elevated by the Hawks. You can TP into more dangerous and advanced positions, but I still feel like Tinker as a hero has just really fallen off so too much though. It's just my opinion on that hero. But they're gonna go for Slug, which is also another way, like he's semi-decent at dealing with the Bristleback if you get in front of him and you keep stealing his stats and stuff.
Yeah, he can take demand fights. Like, if the game goes later, it's something that he can come out on top.
They probably need another DPS hero in the middle lane that can actually take down Bristol. Usually, when I think of middle lane heroes that can actually deal with Bristol, I always think of OD because it's pure damage and stuff. Like, you can, when you're facing him, he's like, you're facing in front of him, you deal so much damage that you can actually take him down so quickly.
OD is not popular right now.
Yeah, he's not popular at the moment. And middle hero damaging, like DPS heroes, left is like
TA.
Yeah.
There's Quap, I guess.
You don't really kill Bristol quickly with Quap anymore.
Yeah, you've got the pure damage ult, but there's just nothing after that, and it's not really a single target burst. Lina.
Yeah, you don't. How about Lina? You don't really. Oh yeah, Lina can actually be a good way.
Lina Skywrath.
Because
you know what's good against Bristle? Shadow Demon is good against Bristle.
Yeah, but that's a support, and again, that hero doesn't do so much anymore.
I saw Shadow Demon Lina combo work really well yesterday. They were dual roaming constantly, and it actually worked out.
Yeah, so it wasn't a mid Lina, yeah, it was like a support Lina.
Yeah, I guess they don't have room for that. If they want to run a Lina, it's probably their solo mid.
Yeah, Lina seems like a good idea against the Bristol with the pure damage though. Does it actually reduce? Like, I'm actually 10 seconds I don't know. I forgot if it actually reduces.
I believe it does when your back is turned.
Yeah, I think I remember it does, even though it's pure damage.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. But Tinker, 4th pick now. How are they going to look to use this Beastmaster? We're still kind of waiting to see what the game plan is. Normally, you don't just casually throw this hero into a draft nowadays. It feels like when teams pick him, it's with either an Aura stack or some hero that really abuses the Hawk effectively. Storm could have been a hero that works well with the Hawk, but that was banned. They'll go back for the Jerax Tusk once more. I'm trying to call him Tusk WinteR. So, someone slapped me on the wrist for using the Dota 1 names earlier.
Yeah, I'm checking the Liquipedia. Yeah, it does block pure damage.
10 seconds.
Yeah, his name is actually Tusk. There's no. I actually didn't realize he's not Tusker anymore. I just keep calling him Tusker.
I keep on calling Eagle Song as Eagle Horn. You know, it's Necrophos is Necrolite, Windranger is Windrunner. I don't know. I just can't do it. I'm too old. My brain is not adapting to the new names.
But they are going to have a lot. Just look at their lineup right now. They have a lot of single target controls with the Beastmaster Roar, the Tusk, Snowball, and Walrus Punch. They can put someone at the same position for quite an amount of time for the Skywrath to deal a lot of damage. But at this point, I'm feeling they need even more damage with their last pick. So they are going to run Skywrath plus Tusk support once more. Beastmaster on the off lane, safe lane Slug. So their mid hero has to be like very heavy damage output.
You know what would be good actually is Necrophos. Necrophos could be good against Bristleback.
Oh yeah. Necrophos is Necrophos is very good against Bristleback. Yeah, totally forgot about that.
I don't know if that's something Tinker would run because it's probably a Koikfa hero. Classic Koikfa heroes: Tinker, Lone Druid, Invoker, Puck. Not so much. TA we haven't really seen from him. What are other high damage mids? You mentioned OD. I'm trying to think. I feel like Necrolite would actually be a pretty good option. How about Huskar?
Oh,
Huskar?
Oh my god. Huskar, I don't know. I don't like that hero. I only like that hero when the enemy has used Skywrath and some like 4 spell damage.
Shadow Fiend?
You just pick Huskar.
Shadow Fiend?
Oh, Oh, Shadowfiend. Yeah, Shadowfiend is a good choice as well. Like quite one hero, and they're on Radiant. They're on Radiant side. So you want to pick Shadowfiend when you're on Radiant.
Hmm.
They have, yeah, they need another. They definitely need a damage, like a
10
very heavy
seconds
hitter hero,
remaining.
like right click hitter. Shadowfiend, TA, OD,
5 seconds remaining.
mid hero, mid. I don't know about Morphling middle or
Sniper,
Draw
Winter.
Ranger middle.
Easy sniper pick.
Time.
Sniper wouldn't be that bad. But okay,
Okay.
this is also damage, but it's not the damage that I was thinking about. It's physical damage, but it's a long cooldown, so
That's the big thing. Is it feels like when teams have tried to run Death Prophet since the latest nerf to her ultimate cooldown, if you don't get big objectives with the ult, you just kind of lose the game from there. It feels so essential to get a lot done with that ult. Whereas before you waste the ulti, it wasn't like game breaking, but VP can punish it if it's not used properly. That's for damn sure.
yeah. But if you look at VP's lineup, they themselves have a long cooldown ultimate Tidehunter, but at the same time, they have
10
Medusa,
remaining.
Bristleback, and Dazzle, Lion. All these heroes scale really well if they are not taking
5
fights. Like they can just split the
seconds
map and try to farm as much as possible. Their lineup has like, I feel they can either choose to fight. Oh, he's gonna TP this time, so he's gonna do. But look at who's TPing as well. Oh my god, this guy!
Prepare
What?
for battle.
Did
What
he get
is
vision
going
though?
on?
I don't think he saw. Oh, now he does. Hello, Sonoy. Nice ward, bro.
Oh my god. Why would he think of TPing this time? What is going on?
But they didn't buy sentries, and they don't have money for sentries.
Somebody bought him the TP. Okay, Sing Sing bought him the TP, but he still doesn't. Well, why would
Why
he
would you
choose to-
TP
I
if
just-
you don't have sentry gold?
Yeah,
What?
no. It's-
I feel like this is
Oh
a
my God, I don't know.
miscommunication, to be honest.
No,
Oops.
he probably just wanted to TP out and place a ward, but both of them were thinking of the same thing, you know. Both of them
Oh,
wanted
that's
to place a
true.
ward,
That's true. Maybe he wasn't trying to stop the tide from warding, but just wanted to get his own ward down.
and this is just like both players thinking of the same thing in the same game.
The good
So it's
news
just
is
like
Tinker
stuff like this.
Tinker knows there's a ward right there, though, so they know what he can see, so they can at least play around that if they want to go for smoke or if they try to jump the Tidehunter, they won't try to come from that direction. But with that said,
Yeah,
Winter,
but at least
that sucks.
at least they don't have sentry, so at the tide can still see stuff. You know, you don't get deward right away.
All right, let's introduce our teams. It's our deciding game 3. VP taking on Tinker. Winner will await the winner of our other semifinal in the grand finals of your Alienware Area 51 Dota 2 Cup. Sing Sing playing your support Skywrath. Bulldog standing in on the Slark. Jerax handling the support Tusk once more. Taking up the role of the Death Prophet, a virtually forgotten hero as of late, will be Koikfa. And then in the offlane goes Bulbon, a hero we've seen on quite a bit recently, the Beastmaster. Meanwhile, for VP, running the BZZ Bristleback, it is a safe lane Bristle. Sadoy as the offlane Tidehunter. Going mid will be G on the Medusa. Not nearly as aggressive a hero this time around. It's Yol playing the support Lion. And rounding out the VP draft will be Jadam, handling your Dazzle.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I just like the VP draft a lot more at this stage. You know, it feels that their draft is more well-rounded, and they're not worried though, even if it goes late game. And if Team Tinker, they are probably gonna be more worried if the early game doesn't go so well for them. Like, I'm not sure though. I just like the VP draft more versatile, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm really curious how the Death Prophet pick works out. When we've seen this hero traditionally, like you obviously look to tank up in terms of items, and the goal is to pick supports that just make her harder to kill. So strong defensive supports are great. The Snowball will work really well with Exorcism. That you get Death Prophet and Snowball, she's just dishing out tons of damage during that time, and she might be able to stay alive a lot longer than anticipated. So there are some cool synergies here, but still, VP a lot easier to execute, I feel, overall.
Yeah, the VP have the tank, like the tanks as well, you know, Medusa and Bristleback.
It's like press button to win kind of heroes. You know, just press the R button. You're probably gonna hit someone important with Ravage, finger them. Just got to get that Grave off. There's no one really to jump the Dazzle this game, so he's likely to be able to sit back.
You probably want to click on your blink first before you click on the R button. Just saying.
Thanks, WinteR. That's why we have you here for the professional insight. Jesus, dude. Oh my. Alright, so the Bulba offlane Beastmaster. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but he's actually been doing really well when he goes offlane on this hero.
Space making hero, map control, like, and your team has 2 players that take a lot of space. So I think this is a type of offlane hero that Team Tinker wants to pick a lot. Clockwork is like Beastmaster fulfills like the job better than Clockwork, I think, because of the Hawk, the presence of the Hawk. Map control. Map control is very important.
And scales a lot better into the late game if he's got some sort of right clicker on his team, which he does with the Slark.
Yeah, the aura as well. So he has a lot of more team presence spells, like his spells and his abilities. Clockwork is more of like you try to find pickoffs like on your own. So it fits them better. And if you look at the CS scores now, mid lane is more or less even. Scarab is coming in for a gank.
He's gotten very aggressive. Dazzle's TPing in with the Grave. I don't think they get this. Yeah.
This is the level 1 TP on Dazzle all the time. Every time you play Dazzle, you just want to buy TP before you get boots, just because of stuff like that happening.
Meanwhile, this does bring a support off the top lane. So now Bulba can play a lot more aggressively. Y'all trying to exchange blows, but with 1 base armor, you do not want to be tanking the creep wave as a Lion. And he's going to get the Centaur. That's big.
Yeah, that's good for him. That was really good for him. And looking at the other offlane, they are more or less even, the Tide and the Beastmaster. Tide is going to start to stack up his Ancients. Obviously, Beastmaster can do it as well if he wishes so, and they can actually clear it later with the axe. But middle lane is fairly even. Everything is fairly even. Like, it's just basically a wash, you know. The safe lane for Team Tinker is doing more blast hits than the Bristleback. So Bulldog is doing better on that department, even though against a Tidehunter.
Oh, Sidoi trapped down here by Jerax, roaming on through. He went for the bottom rune, and he may end up paying for it. As the snowball comes out, Sidoi will get stunned, but there's not enough follow-up to get that kill. Still, Tidehunter going to have to go back to... Oh, he actually salves.
Yeah, he probably would have gotten that kill if he... Like, some players like to go all Venom on the Tusk early on. But top lane, Beastmaster is getting Dove. Ghoul spams 2 stacks, 3 stacks. They're going to dive deep for this. Oh dear.
This is a big commitment, and BZZ makes it work. Bulba, the first time in his 3 Beastmaster games over the past couple days that he's had a slow start. Meanwhile, bottom, onto Sidoi, gets jumped by a snowball. The follow-up comes through, and who's going to get the last hit? No, the Grave from Jotum keeps him alive, then throws out the heal bomb. Bulldog may end up going down here. He will. And it's Jerax who, well, at least cleans up that Tidehunter. But still, a costly death. Losing your Slark, the Dazzle pick. We see why all the teams in Eastern Europe are loving this hero right now.
Yeah, the turnaround potential was just, I mean, just a TP scope. And TP got cheaper as well since the last few patches.
That's a good point, actually. That's a buff to Dazzle.
Indirect buff.
Yeah, of course.
More or less. Yeah, and he got his level. He got a lot of levels from that, so he's gonna get his boots as well and bots. So got a lot gained from that. Bulba is still doing so level 3.5. Tidehunter slightly more experienced than him. Got his ancient stacks later to actually even get more farm. And Jotum is also stacking neutral creeps for the medium camp, the big camp here for the Medusa or the Tide later on.
Bulldog does go Midas, and end of the day, even though he dies there, he's still got 40 CS at 6 minutes. So 6-7 CS for Bulldog per minute. Really great start nonetheless, and it's a 6-minute Midas. He'll definitely be able to catch up despite the death. Not the end of the world for Tinker, as long as they don't get snowballed. But this is a bit of a snowball item being snagged now. Your Vanguard coming out early for BZZ. Bulldog is starting to get bullied a bit in this bottom lane, but he's got his ulti to heal right up.
Once again, the Tusk goes for a bottle again. So he seems to like to get bottle even though, yeah, the mid needs, but they're gonna go in on the Tide again.
Ice shards were popped. Now bringing out the Sigil to slow Sidoi down, but the Anchor Smash is really adding up on Bulldog. Is he gonna come into the tower? They don't have the damage for this kill.
They don't even need the Dazzle this time, but the Dazzle doesn't have a TP, so Tide is gonna survive regardless, and Bulldog will miss a couple of blast hits because of that, but it's not gonna be too much of a deal. And later on, as the game progresses, Bulldog will still get his farm with the Midas, but it's gonna be up to them though. Yeah, this ward is actually really good for against the Tide. You must always have this ward against the Tide on Dire side. This is a must.
Just so you get the vision of the Ancients and make sure he doesn't
you
go
need to
farm them
know-
for free.
Yeah, you need to make him pay when he tries to farm them top lane. Boba getting caught out again. It's gonna be a voodoo. They need to. No, they're not gonna commit. They're gonna TP in the toss here.
No
Just make
lane
sure he doesn't
ward.
die.
No lane ward for the Dire. They don't know Jerax is in the lane, but it's 3 right now with the Bristleback here as well. You really have to just bait them in. You can't be diving them forward, and if they do, they may be in trouble. He's actually going to snowball on in, but Bristleback's in the neighborhood. There's a Grave and a heal. Yeah, Jerax could be in trouble. There's an Impale coming out now. No Snowball, no Sigil, no mana, and this is probably, in fact, is a dead Tusk. I feel like the only way that works is if you bait them into the tower and then catch them with the ice shards, but chasing there is just very tough.
Yeah, bottom lane. Look at how fast Adore is playing. Like Sing Sing is pinging out. This guy is too far. We need to do something.
They have a Slark ulti, but Anchor. Oh, he gets silenced. Can't get off the Anchor Smash. Now pomps it. Almost finishing off Bulldog, who Dark Packs and nearly dies, but lives to tell the tale. Gets a much-needed kill. And with that, Bulldog staying close to your Bristleback. Has the Midas, despite the death. He's neck and neck.
Yeah, but he's gonna pull away from the Bristleback as long as the game is even and he has his Midas up. So that will be a huge plus for him later on, as long as the game keeps dragging on and doesn't get ended too early from the Beastmaster Death Prophet combination. Tide is still going to get his level 6. Boba is really far behind the Tide. He's 4.5, Tide is level 6 now.
And to make matters worse, there's no Ancient stacks right now. He doesn't have his first mana item, so Soul Ring, Bottle, whatever it might be, it's not been purchased yet.
Soul Ring will probably be the choice since they have already 2 bottles on their team. And generally, if you want to do Ancient stacks, you need the Soul Ring.
Yeah, Bottle more
If
your
they are gonna
ganking
stack.
item.
They're gonna move towards middle with the smoke here. They need to get a kill on Adusa or something, but Dazzle is once again, and Jotum is at the right position. Even though he has to die, but Medusa didn't die from that gang, and they're gonna turn this around with the gaze.
Uh-oh, Jerax, gotta be careful. They end up losing 1, it's probably 2. As BZZ joins the party as well, both fall. Nicely played, and Medusa getting one of those kills. They get the Dazzle, but it cost them dearly.
The Slug got a solo kill on the Tide.
Oh, okay.
As well.
And right when he got his
That's
Ravage.
huge. Yeah, that's huge. He's pulling ahead of the Bristleback now. Next, this game it feels maybe you can go for a blink so you can actually catch the Dazzle behind or the Lion behind, because it feels like a good choice this game instead of the Shadow Blade, which you see more common nowadays on the Slug.
Radiant Vision right now. Just checking that out. We've got Bulldog hiding back near his tower. There is a smoke gank headed his way. And it's not particularly obvious. They're showing the Tide in this lane. They're showing the other 2 cores in lane. And they're going to catch Bulldog out. The Hex to start. He doesn't have a Dark Pack going yet. Finger comes through and a nice kill there. Very well executed by VP. Meanwhile, Midge, he gets the tower deny and they can't finish him off. Well played on both fronts.
Yeah, like Seda was constantly playing aggressive all the time, so like Bulldog didn't realize that there was backup this time around. Because the last two times he did that, he had no backup. A little bit of mind games there. I'm gonna do it again, and this time I have backup.
It's the nice thing about, like, if you're always playing aggressive, then it makes it hard for your opponent ever to know when he's getting ganked.
Yeah, it's like one thing. It comes with like generally naturally how you like to play, and your teammate can abuse like how you like to play to their advantage. Jotum has his level 6 right up now. Compared to the supports of Team Tinker, they don't have their ultimates up yet, and both the VP supports have their ultimates up. This is also a really huge deal for them.
Missing
slightly. The they're gonna.
Jotum just misses slightly on this D ward here, but yeah, as you mentioned, they're gonna go for the quad stack now. It looks like, and at the same time, Tinker want to push.
Then you need to remove this tower if you want to like take a fight. Like, it's much harder for the Tide to do Ancients if there's no tier 1 here.
And, well, they want to defend it. They bring in BZZ. Sigil was used just to slow down any potential chase coming out from VP, but tower only dropped to half health.
More importantly, the death buffer ulti used and not much done. And we were talking about how much the game changed after they nerfed the cooldown on the death buffer ultimate. Every time you use it and you don't get anything done, you get punished heavily because of the huge downtime. Look at what VP is gonna do right now. Probably try and take, they're gonna take this tier 1 and maybe after that go and do the Ancients, since they have Ravage up.
And the thing is, Tinker has like no team fight control at all. Yeah, they've got Snowball, Shards, these are okay team fight spells, but Slark is really a single target pick-off hero, so is Beastmaster, and if Exorcism's not used correctly, VP, they've got the Death Ball. Bristleback, the tanky frontliner, Medusa, the difficult to bring down backline carry, and then Tidehunter and Lion, who just tied all together.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the Medusa soon.
Not anymore. I think they just saw that TP from the Dazzle, and they force out the G ultimate.
He plays. I think they saw this ward. They saw him placing this ward. I think they saw. Yeah, they probably saw him. He's doing his warding missions once again. They're gonna see the Lion behind. Lion's probably dead.
Silenced, and now the Snowball comes in crashing onto his face. Yol gets blown up as Johnum is roared. They look to retreat, but Sadoi's here to cut off the retreat. Or at least I think he has no points of gush yet, though. Maybe not. Boba now summoning the boar once more. Sadoi is almost in range if he wants to throw out a Ravage, but doesn't want to waste it just on a Beastmaster kill.
He didn't have gush at level 8, even though he wasn't trying to do Ancients. Like usually players would save a skill point, so if you're going to do Ancients, you would skill the Kraken Shell, but just in case that you need the gush to actually help your team, you would just skill the gush to get a kill. That was a kill if he had gush.
Yeah, with that he'd probably be close to level 9. Anyway,
probably regretting not having the gush there.
So far the Death Prophet has helped get a tier 1 down mid, though it was denied, and it's been medium impact. Farming well, but still yet to have that big team fight or huge push for the ultimate single-handedly brings the tower down by its lonesome. So I'm kind of, I feel like we haven't seen if the pick's going to work out just yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure though, because the enemy doesn't have the... They have the very tanky hero, so DP ultimate has to hit them for such a long time. Bulldog wants to play really aggressive with his blink here, but not going to get the kill on the Medusa, probably just drive her back, drop some harass here and there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And his team is just trying to get tier 1 at top with the Death Prophet ultimate. It looks like they're gonna get one objective with this Death Prophet ultimate this time around. And they're gonna lose the rush if they try and do that.
Well, maybe they just go for tier 2. So if you at least damage this tier 2 a lot, almost an even trade if you take it. Probably even a win for Tinker. But the ulti wearing off soon. And there's a glyph.
You get 2 towers, I think it's worth it if you get 2 towers. Or even deal severe damage to the second tower. But it's sort of like, it's still okay because VP have a very farm orientated lineup as well. They can afford to go really late game. With Refresher on Tide, Medusa and Bristleback, 2 big tanks up front. It's a very devastating lineup late game with the Dazzle as well. So I mean, I wouldn't mind too much though if I'm VP taking a trade like this.
The main hero I feel like could be an issue for VP is not the Death Prophet. It's really the Slark.
The Slark, yeah, the Slark, definitely. He could be either the hero that destroys everyone or he just can't do anything at all in the team.
They have tools to deal with him. They have tanks that can fight against him for a while through his ultimate. They have Dazzle who can ensure nobody dies during the ult. And they have a Lion with that instant disable to potentially just kill him before he can use any spells.
Yeah, they have a good lineup at dealing with Slug, and Slug needs BKB in this sort of situations as well. But when you get BKB, you still get Stone Gate, so it's like a pickle, you know. It's a tough situation for the Slug to choose his items. Either you just go all out on stats, be tanky, go armor, like Skadi, go for Skadi now, or you need the BKB and hope it pays off.
The Hawk is scouting high right now. It's gonna get eyes on BZZ, fading, but he's quill spamming. They have a ward up on that hill, so they know the Hawk's scouting them out, and they're not too fussed about it. Oh man, Sad Skywrath has to go for the early Tranquil Boots for Sing Sing. That's depressing when you have to make that choice.
I personally like to go Tranquils on Skyraft as well. I think the hero needs the armor, like against some type of lineups. But obviously, if you're having a good game, you want to have Treads or Arcane Boots. Like Treads would be something more popular nowadays because
or at least
you deal
like
more damage with
a
your...
couple null talismans can work as well.
Yeah, the null talismans with the Treads will be a very strong killing build because you deal a lot of damage with your Arcane Boot.
Yeah, he's just an impossible Skywrath, unfortunately, Sing Sing is. And still Tinker not really able to find these little pickoffs. You look at their draft, Slark, Beastmaster, Skywrath, even Tusk. All four of them excel at these single hero pickoffs, but
you know what
there's too much 5-manning from VP.
Yeah, after you say that, it's because they have like everything, a little bit of everything, and that proper is like team fight. Here comes the Ravage.
Bulldog with the quick blink out though. He was ready for that one, and the Ravage used. Do they even get Quakefa here? The TP is cooling down soon. And Lion's going for Jerax, so it looks like Quakefa will just be able to TP away. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tusk goes down, but it cost them a Lion, and they blew a Ravage. Still, in the meantime, the tier 1 mid did fall, and Medusa got the last hit. So when you add it all up, it's a pretty even trade, and I guess perhaps a slight win there for VP getting the tower.
He went a fraction just too early. That's why the Lion couldn't get his spells to follow. The Lion didn't have blink, you know. He couldn't follow up on time. That would have been, they would have gotten the kill on a DP, plus the Lion would have gotten a blink if they got it right. It's just those tiny fractions of a timing where it made so much difference.
Was the Lion visible before the Tide blinked in? Because I think it was daytime vision, right? And he was like, I think he was right on the border.
They were smoked. They came with smoke.
Yeah.
He knew that because they were missing too far off. It's like all those things when you're playing for such a long time, like your experience, you know something's coming. You just feel it.
Bulldog had he had one finger just sitting on the blink hotkey, like ready to spam it. Very quick
reaction there by Bulldog. Otherwise, he would have been the casualty.
And if he dies there, then that's definitely a win.
Here comes Bulldog.
Oh no!
He tried to steal the tower.
Just a bit late,
good
but
attempt.
You can see there's a lot of room for the Slark to get active on the map here, and something that Tinker should feel reassured about. They have some good aggressive wards now. Quakefoot trying to contest these stacks. Won't be successful. They've just been so good at getting the wards up these games.
Oh, middle lane. Lion wants his blink.
No.
Oh, they almost got him. They didn't get the raw off from Boba though. He lost vision when he wanted to cast the raw.
So the blink will come out now for the Lion in just a few moments, and with that they'll have a powerful tool to deal with the Slark. In fact, a lot of these heroes, just even if the Slark's the main one you want to take down, still a Death Prophet is farming well. The supports, killing a support probably lets you 5-man a tower if you're VP. It's going to be a tricky situation for Tinker.
But yeah, Medusa is farming well, and late game the Medusa is so scary with this sort of, like, he has a lot of protection from the Tide and the, like, Bristleback in front, Tide, AoE control, then they have the Grave. Usually you're worried about fighting against Slug if you're Medusa, because Slug does very well against Medusa late game. Because of
the weave
steal and everything.
They picked Death Prophet into a Dazzle as well, and Weave is a very good way to deal with that ultimate, so it's going to be a problem for Medusas.
Yeah, it's
killing, or rather for killing the Medusa, I should say.
Killing the Medusa is just a hard task for Team Tinker right now. They need so much items, and sometimes you consider even getting like on a Slug against a Medusa, you want to consider getting maybe Diffusal, Manta build so you burn her mana, but at this game I'm not sure though. Might be even if he has that, they have a lot of trouble killing the Medusa though. So he's like their only right click damage.
Quake, fresh shiny blink picked up, and he pops that haste room, but they still get off the stuns, and the Ravage comes out. No chance to retreat. It's a big commitment, but it's for a big kill.
Yeah, he has haste. I think they needed to use the Ravage if they wanted to get that kill. It's necessary for them. Aegis didn't go to much use for VP, they just used it to farm, And Bristleback is gonna transition into a much more. I think he's gonna go for maybe starting to go for maybe damage item, AC maybe next against the DP ulti. Then go for some maybe Basher or Heart.
Yeah, we're not seeing that Crimson Guard. Sometimes with a Wisp, but we've seen Mecha. It's just
Crimson
straight
Guard
into
is
tank
meh.
items.
It's just meh on Bristleback this game, I feel. And Mech is, ever since the mana cost increase, I think it's quite an inappropriate item for Bristleback to build.
You really need a
since
Wisp
it's
if you want to go for... I've seen it when there's a Wisp, but that's about it.
It's just too much mana. You don't have enough, like the mana constraint is just too much.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. And I like you said, I don't know they'll be able to end this game anytime soon. Tinker are split pushing a lot, so they want to make sure they have a little bit more late game. They have tools to take it a direct head-on fight with Slark, and physical damage is the primary damage for Tinker. They have Mystic Flare, and that's really about where it ends. Everything else is mitigated by armor. So the more armor you stack up, the less effective Tinker will be.
Yeah, I'm thinking that once they get their AC on the Bristol and maybe someone gets a Blitz, good luck trying to kill anyone for Tinker.
But Tinker can still split push. Death Prophet for Koikfa has been doing it a lot, and Bulldog's been aggressive, and maybe this turns into the same kind of dichotomy of game number 1, where Tinker are constantly avoiding fights and split pushing, and VP's always trying to 5-man.
The thing is, you don't have that type of carry this type of game. You have Slug. Slug doesn't kill buildings like Lycan do.
That's true.
So you don't actually pressure the opponent so quick against the build, like killing buildings, but they're gonna catch up Bulldog here. He pops his ulti. Oh, get the hex off, but they're not gonna be able to kill him. Meanwhile, Death Prophet has his ulti off here.
Dat Hawk doing a lot of work as Bulldog's now back up to full health, and he's trying to go in here on Yol, but Yol is tucked deep behind the tree line. The Hawk doing a lot of work.
Very, very good positioning by the Lion. Oh, they have a gem on the Lion as well, so if he dies, that would be a huge loss.
Good positioning by Lion, and we see the potential for the Hawk to cause VP supports problems. You mentioned maybe a good Slark Blink game. He did go for it, and if they're out of position, then he can solo kill these supports. So, well, maybe not the Dazzle, but definitely the Lion.
Yeah, he can kill the Dazzle once he has Basher, but they're gonna move the tide towards middle lane, maybe try and do something here. No, just gonna farm. But they're actually gonna try though. Not sure if they can actually get this kill.
Mayan Vizrun. All mine.
This is the beauty of Tusk having the blink. You never be able to catch him.
Well, they do know that he has this invis, but Sentry Ward's up for Sing Sing. He's gonna drop one. Silence. Now the leap in for Bulldog. Kraken Shell got a proc, but he gets re-silenced and unable to do anything. Well timed by Koikfa. That will secure the kill.
And he was really tempted to drop his Ravage there because it would have been a 3 or 4 man Ravage, but his team was like so far away.
It was a little risky.
100%.
He knew that they saw him get the invis, and he still just ran right up the hill like that.
Yeah, it was just really like risky play in general. Like VP tend to always like to play very risky. So either they make a huge play of it, or they just play with their lives with it.
Bit boom or bust, although it's mostly been boom in this tournament. It has been a lot of bust in the past, so they'll need to buckle down here. And the good news is they have a Medusa, still free farming for G. 14k net worth, no Midas, but who needs it when you got Ancient Stacks? He remains your leader in net worth as VP. Start to gear up for the late game. It's not an AC, though, for BZZ. He grabs another Ogre Club. BKB on the way, it looks like.
Huh, that's actually really weird, in my opinion. I actually think it's very weird to get a BKB. Unless he wants to get a Heaven's Helmet.
Well, you could just disassemble your SOY, right? Like,
yeah. Maybe he wants to keep it, I don't know. But BKB is very weird here, very peculiar.
They're going to have a potential clash as just a little Ice Shards harassment from Jerax will discourage VP from walking in the pit, but it will not stop them fully. They walk right back in. G, BZZ, and Sidoi down in the pit. The support safely tucked away on the high ground. Radiant team, no vision and no interest in walking into this. They're just going to push out mid, and it looks like they won't even remotely contest this rush.
It's a dangerous position to clash though with against the Tide. It's very dangerous. And they don't have, if correct me if I'm wrong, they don't even have a BKB on anyone, so yeah, the Tide is very potent now, it's very scary, his ulti, when the enemy doesn't have BKB. Quite went for a Side of Vice though, as his core item after the use. That's actually really interesting. Really interesting.
This remains overall a very even game, WinteR. 1,000 gold lead for the Dire after that Roche. Experience lead only about 4,000. These teams are neck and neck. Definitely our closest game so far of this best of 3.
And he completed his BKB though. I'm not sure how much the BKB will do to him. Maybe he's thinking that the Skyruff is actually killing him a lot, doing a lot of damage, so he wants the BKB. They're gonna catch quite well here.
Oh, hello, Koikfa. There's no mana for a finger just yet. He is mana draining him and not even needed. Easy kill.
I tell you one thing I noticed, like a lot of like players, they skill Finger of Death level 2 when you have Tranquils and Blink on no stats item. Like you won't have enough mana to drop all your spells unless you have to use mana drain in between. Which I feel sometimes it makes me think, is it worth it to get the second point in Finger if you don't have any stat items? Like you just keep it at level 1. Even though the cooldown is a lot longer, but it's like much more efficient in some ways. Bottom lane.
Well, the BKB saving BZZ a little bit here. Mystic Flare was hurting him a lot. He doesn't end up going down. He'll BKB, they'll retreat out, but already the 10-second BKB charge used, and it's with him holding the Aegis. Doesn't really take an objective off of that as mid lane. It's a hasted Beastmaster trying to run away. Can he get out? Nope. Finger says no. Talk to the Finger. Meanwhile, Bulldog blinks off. Yeah, so you're short what, like 95 mana, I think, at level 11? Is it 90?
Do the math.
It's 620 plus 95, so 715 you need, right?
Yeah, basically 170 420 is 579 it's 590 plus 125, so it's
I think you need extra 95 at level 11. Although now he's got the Staff of Wizardry, so now it's not really an issue.
And now it's not an issue, but I'm just saying on a point, sometimes where you don't have much farm, then you can, it remains an option not to skill the Finger at level 11. Just something you should think about as a support player.
Well, they're going to continue their siege. G as well as BZZ working together. Axes coming through, slicing into those spines, but he does have his BKB online again, and that's your Aegis popped off the bat. G standing strong here and holding the Stone Gaze. There is no split push. There is no rat. No BOTs. No shenanigans. Just clean, straightforward aggression from VP. As they will once again push in. They have Ravage. They are lacking a Finger of Death. But they begin to lay into the range racks here. And for Tinker, it's not easy to walk into this.
They just need to park their tanks in front and just hit. Don't commit, and wait for them to engage. No one has BKB, Ravage will hit everyone.
Blinking in his Bulldog, and then he tries to isolate the Lion. He does get the slow off on him. He's already used his ulti though. Bash coming out as well. Tidehunter. Ravage was deployed though, and Koikfa tanking quite a bit. He's now got his ultimate going for a while. Bulldog's still healthy. Sedoya on the back foot. This is not looking that great for VP as the Tidehunter will fall. G gets pursued. Although he is durable. I don't know if he's this durable. Koikfa's still living. They get off the grave. They bring back in the Bristle, but Bulldog just running rings around them. Oh, they impale. Boy, my kingdom for a Finger. They get it off. They get the kill. And now Bulba going to go down, barely surviving his G. God. That last nuke, they can't finish him. The tanks out fighting the ganks. Lincoln's cooling down to help secure his retreat. It looked so good for Tinker up until the last second.
You actually see how ballsy he was? He just man fight, he didn't even try to run. He was just trying to kill the ball that was slowing him down, and then he was just standing there, back kicking everyone. He knew he couldn't run because of the ball and he just stood there. And he almost died, but he didn't die.
And he got a regen rune. He could just walk right back down mid. I think they just go again.
Oh my god, what is going on?
That's a game, that could be a game-changing, game-winning regen rune. A Medusa of all heroes. Suddenly you've got to kill, she's got the full, I don't even know what it is, 5,000 effective HP. It's something absurd to work with once more. And she will just lay into this melee Rex. Tanks a Mystic Flare to the face. It doesn't even tickle her. Her mana pool still got 1,400 out of 1,700. They Walrus Puncher again, not even phasing G, as he'll clean up the melee racks and they'll just walk away. Or will they? Oh, you want to fight? Oh, you want to fight, says G. Walks right onto Koikfa, gets the slow onto him. Now the Tuskar trying to retreat out after the snowball, and Bodog also trying to engage. A little bit discombobulated as VP. They'll lose one. G now hacks. Perhaps they've overstayed their welcome. They have no Ravage. They do have a tied force if they want to go back in to save G, but they leave him to the Wolves. And he is going to die here, it looks like.
He's dead. He's dead. Once the slug is out, they have to back off because they don't have Ravage. They need to minimize casualties. They lost the Medusa, sadly, which was he didn't have a TP, so there was no way out for him. They're gonna have to try and force at least a buyback on the Medusa. Not sure if they can though, but they're gonna try. Ravage is coming off cooldown.
Yeah, Ravage is off cooldown. Finger's already back up. I don't think they forced this buyback out. There's still a Glyph, a tier 2, and a tier 3.
Yeah, you know the hacks on the Death Prophet didn't really do so much though. It actually made him vulnerable because he didn't have BKB. Very surprised that he went for a Side of Ice on Death Prophet. Just wants to kill the Crystal back. But here they go.
They're trying to push their way in here. Glyph was used. Tier 3 beginning to take some damage. They'll have Deuce up, but it'll be around the time this tier 3 falls if Koikfa stays in range. He's getting a little nervous though. Starting to back off as the goo stacks up. The tower down to about half health. And that's going to be it looks like. They are not going to try to go in again.
Yeah, but now VP with your Death Prophet ulti down, just head down and try and push you right away. This is a very big opening for them. Very long cooldown. Tide has Ravage, and this is going to be a very hard defense for Tinker. They can't defend the tier 2 outside. I can't imagine them defending it. They're just best. Their best bet is just to try and defend the high ground.
Well, if they're in defense mode, that's right where VP wants them. Now getting an additional medallion to work with, even more physical mitigation for the Medusa. The Bristle's got 20 armor. That's before the AC. The Medusa's got 19. Oh, chasing is Yol. Close call for Bulldog, but he'll make his way out. So when you pop the Dazzle ult, what are we going to end up with? He's going to add about 20 armor towards the end of that ultimate.
Yeah.
Plus you have the medallion,
really
so you're giving him another 7, right?
Trying to get me to use my brains to count at some.
So you're looking at heroes that have like 40 to 47 armor towards the end of the Dazzle ulti. And that's now also evasion on G. That's ridiculous.
This guy's gonna have a around 40 plus armor if he gets the full stack from the Weave and the medallion.
And they'll have the AC soon, so he'll have an extra 5. That's just brutal. Well, this is where you'd love for Sing Sing to have like an Ags and a whole lot of mana to work with. But that's a poor support Skywrath. Not in the cards for Sing Sing. Uh-oh. Speaking of Sing Sing. TP's
that was a good call not to ravage him. I think it was not worth the Ravage kill.
He continues to go for these aggressive wards, but when they see him, they know exactly where the ward is. Yol gonna blink in, D-wards him with the gem, and VP having a hefty lead now. 7,500 gold lead, I think more importantly, the big team fight, the strong late game, and the lane of racks. If they get this next Roche, Tinker are completely on the back foot, but hold that thought as they will jump the Bristle. Hey, BKB maybe comes in handy now. Well, BKB, team's coming towards him. He's tanking quite a bit. They are starting to chew into him, but he's able to just TP on out of here. No wall. Oh, no, gets the bash. Bulldog, what a time for it. Can they save him? Doesn't look like it. He'll end up going down.
Yeah, it doesn't help though. That's why I'm not sure about getting the BKB. I feel the BKB doesn't do so much. Only against the Skywrath. Only protects him against the Skywrath, but not the other heroes. It's just... I'm not sure though. I just feel it probably wasn't worth it, but... Yeah, but it's not gonna matter so much. He's dead anyway, so... He probably needs to buy back. He might be forced to buy back. If they want to commit.
Have you seen this Medusa lately, WinteR? I don't know. I feel like G can hold the line by himself.
Yeah, he has way too many items now. After the butterfly, I mean, the slug's nowhere near getting an MKB. He wants to have buyback for sure, so he's not gonna buy the whole MKB. Oh, they're gonna try and get Roche.
Oh, this is risky. VP are not gonna let this one go uncontested. There is a Hawk, so this movement towards the pit by VP to counter the Roche will be scouted. And they use the ice shards to slow it down. They are actually starting to commit to this one a lot. Quarter of Roche's health down, now about a third gone. And they're even using Exorcism, but Pop Mama's home, and she's not happy about her baby being messed with. BKB by Koikfa still. G just laying into him, fighting his way through the Exorcism, almost finishing him off. They use everything, and he still dies. Oh, from full to nothing. And down. Do they try to steal the Roche? They have to go in for this, it feels like. Bulldog looking for the leap in. Is he going to get the jump? He does. He jumps in, snatching the Aegis. Bulldog might have just turned this one. Or could G fight through it? Now Bristle back into the fight. Bulldog trying to do it all by his lonesome, being monitoring, being focused, being brought low. He'll leap desperately. It's one small leap for Bulldog, but not a giant leap for Tinker as he falls short of the hill. Blink Dagger is online. Can he get it off? No. They're able to cancel it. They're able to hex him and lock him down, and they'll kill Bulldog twice. A big Aegis snatch, but an even better fight overall for VP. They take down 4. They crack that Aegis, and now they're going to force out some buybacks, it looks like.
He got the cheese, so he didn't die. He needed to kill the Medusa there, but it's too bad. Now the Medusa has a full butterfly. I think, yeah, he has the full butterfly. They have the AC.
Good luck. Good luck to Tinker.
Oh, they didn't purchase the Hyperstone.
Are they throning it? There are buybacks here, though. They're happy to force them out.
They have no DP ulti, though, so I'm not sure if they can hold this.
They might not even bother trying, but Bulldog's going to have to buy back. Either that or they might as well just GG, because otherwise their base is going to be in shambles. There's no Ravage here. The tower about to drop. Bulldog will buy back. They get off the Walrus Punch. A nice one onto BZZ, slowing him down, but Medusa just lays right into Bulba. He barely gets off a roar, and it's on a Tidehunter of all things before going down as Medusa begins to deal with Bulldog. That's a die back for your Slug. They tried to save it with the Snowball, but Jerax just a split second late. Now he comes rolling back the other way, and they could just ignore him. Koikfa in danger of dying. G, an unyielding, unrelenting siege tank, still at full HP. The mana shield not fully worked through even now, and he's just fighting creeps. They've lost Bulldog. They've lost the tier 4s. They're about to lose their base, it looks like. Tinker up against the ropes. They continue to just see arrow after arrow slicing through this throne, piercing its armor. It drops lower and lower, and Tinker, they now grave the Dusa. They can't stop it. GG. They are eliminated from the Alienware Area 51 Dota 2 Cup. They had a good run, WinteR, but they just could not deal with that Dusa.
This is what I'm talking about. The VP late game, so strong. With the 2 tanks, Tidehunter, and the Dazzle. They're just so much more sustained in the fights, where as a Slug needs to kill heroes over time, and the enemy has so much sustain. And DP ulti runs out before you are able to kill anyone.
It's
so
very
that's a huge problem for.
It's very easy to say in hindsight, but I really feel like they went for the DP. What was it, 4th or 5th pick? I think 5th pick.
The last pick was.
They had already picked Dazzle on VP. They had already picked Bristle. Tide and Medusa are tanky, and we're on the field. We were talking about the possible last picks. Remember for Tinker? Yeah.
And we were like figuring they need someone that deals very big right-click damage. We were talking about maybe OD, maybe 10 plus, but we never actually considered the DP because we knew that this would happen though. Long cooldown on the ultimate, not very reliable damage over time. And he didn't even do so much in the early game because he didn't have BKB, you know. Every fight he just dies. He can't just stand there and have his ulti just deal damage because he's too weak. And the enemies, everyone has so much armor.
If the DP pick was going to work, I feel like this was one of the worst games to prove its viability because they have mass armor, they have mass tanks, they had a lot of heroes that could fight pretty frequently. Bristleback, Dazzle, as well as the Lion, and of course the Medusa can always fight. If DP is still viable, this was not the game to prove it, I guess. But with that said, VP move on, guys. So they take this best of 3, And we're already past the scheduled start time for our next match. So hopefully no delays. NIP versus Empire will be hosted now. We're going to wrap up this game number 3 so we can get that lobby hosted, get our next series underway. You're watching the Alienware Area 51 Dota 2 Cup, brought to you by Beyond the Summit. He's WinteR. Follow him on Twitter at WinteRDota. Follow myself, if you'd like, at LDDota. And stick around because we've got at least 2 more games, possibly 3, coming your way after this. Some number of games, guys. I don't know. Math is hard.